And with that, we end our not so short recap of all the doodles. This last part of the video is going to go through the timeline of events as I see them and try to connect a few elements that I haven't gone over quite yet. Alright, so of all the doodles that have at least some element of lore in them, here's the rough order that I believe they take place. Global Candy Cup, Earth Day, Magic Cat Academy 1, Magic Cat Academy 2, Jinx's Night Out, Doodle Champion Island Games, Boba, Penny Puri, the Great Google Doodle number 1, and the Great Google Doodle number 2. This might be entirely wrong in every way conceivable, but I'm going to piece together why this is the relatively correct order in my opinion. Alright, starting from the top. Our story starts with the 4 Candy Cup witches, red, yellow, green, and blue, participating in the 2015 Global Candy Cup and fighting for the most pieces of candy around the world. The cat-obsessed yellow witch ends up absolutely obliterating the competition, winning the cup. And in doing so, we're introduced to her beloved cat Momo, one of the most important characters of the Google Doodle universe so far. We all know that Momo's first appearance was in the Global Candy Cup, but we still don't know why she appears as a normal cat in this game and as a wizard cat in most of the later games. The second doodle on the list is Earth Day 2017, and the main reason I put it there to begin with is that it appears Momo is still in her cat form, walking around on all 4 legs without her robes or wand. We know from the previously mentioned deleted scenes that Momo can transform from a normal cat into a wizard cat, so it's pretty difficult to tell when it might have taken place. Anyway, after Momo changed, our next game on the timeline is Magic Cat Academy 1, after Momo is attending her school of magic, seemingly for non-human folk, and defending it against the attack of the ghosts, who seem absolutely obsessed with stealing her spellbook. Momo is able to defend the academy successfully and defeat the big boss ghost. Unfortunately, and much to Momo's annoyance, he comes right back in Magic Cat Academy 2 directly after, by possessing the creatures of the ocean and the ocean floor itself, destroying Sugar the Mermaid Cat's ship in the process. Momo then dives down into the ocean with a magic air bubble made by her classmates, and once again fends off the ghosts. She meets up with Sugar in her sunken boat, and the two of them travel down to finally defeat the big boss ghost. Once defeated, he's launched towards the stars with a glimmer of light. And honestly, if anything, this is just a massive indication that we'll have a third Magic Cat Academy game. I'd love to see how the ghosts react with the elements in space. For all we know, Momo could be going toe-to-toe with asteroids and comets. Right after the events of both Magic Cat Academy games comes the Halloween 2017 Doodle Jinx's Night Out, where we get confirmation that the Magic Cat Academy and Candy Cup games take place in the same universe. We also hear that the game takes place a year after the events of Magic Cat Academy. In the 2-minute animation, Jinx, the main character of the doodle, is shown to have fear over the ghost's past treatment of other people and wants to join Momo, Froggy the Weather Frog, and the Fox, all from the Earth Day 2017 doodle, with trick-or-treating and trying not to scare them. After going through a series of unsuccessful costumes to try and hide their identity, Jinx finally decides on a ghost costume to approach the trio. Jinx helps Momo with her dropped hat, but blows her cover when a gust of wind blows away the sheet they're using. Both Momo and Jinx are in shock and fear for a second, but Momo ultimately decides not to attack Jinx and instead invites them to trick-or-treat with the group, resulting in a happy ending for everyone. The next doodle on the timeline follows the adventures of Lucky the Cat in the Doodle Champion Island games, competing 7 different sports and bringing peace and balance to the island. She encounters the Weather Frog from the past, as well as a slew of references to previous Google Doodle games. But the biggest reveal of lore is of course the fact that Momo is the trophy master of the island. So let's talk about how that might have come to be. While there's plenty that we don't know yet about the story, I believe that Momo ends up sailing off to Champion Island after the events of Magic Cat Academy 2, where at some point she meets the Crane character and becomes the trophy master. I've seen people suggest that the boat Momo is found in the Doodle Champion Island games is actually Sugar the Mermaid Cat's ship from Magic Cat Academy 2, but personally I don't see a whole lot of resemblance between the two ships. Going back to the timeline, after the Doodle Champion Island games are over, in the future, the Boba game takes place. It's here on the Champion Islands, specifically the bamboo table tennis region with the stone lanterns and rain, that the game takes place. We're revisited by our weather frog Froggy along with Lucky and Momo once again, who have either become close friends or are simply dating each other. In level 2, we see the sheep from the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. The final customers at the shop are the 4 ghosts from the original green team in the Great Google Duel, Jade, Sage, Kelly, and Olive, although they're strangely discolored from their usual bright green hues. And while we've already gone over this lore so far, one of the biggest takeaways that I took from it is the fact that the ghosts exist at the same time as Momo and Lucky do, at least during the relatively short future after the Champion Island games. Next is celebrating Penny Puri, which follows more of Momo and Lucky as they go and experience new places and travels. And that brings us to the final games in the timeline, the Great Google Duel games, which I believe take place far into the future when Momo's school has been abandoned for some time, as well as the outdoor areas. I still think that the game maps have to be related to Momo's school to some degree, with the paintings, cardboard cutouts, and Scarecrow of Lucky the Cat being evidence to that. The two games follow the matches between the green and purple teams, fighting for the most spirit flames on Halloween night while the moon is full. And that, my friends, is the lore of the Doodle cinematic universe. Going